YouTube podcast world, what's good, family? You already know the name, man. Pays and Plays podcast here, giving y'all week 16. It's already week 16 in the NFL, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. Man, listen, we have been on a straight train wreck. We've been cooking up, we've been winning college basketball, college football, NFL. You're gonna want to check it out, bro. Check out the content in general, from the shorts to the videos like these, man. We've been rolling, and it's been a great season as we almost towards the end of the season before we get to the playoffs. But yeah, pass the word around, man. Hit the like button, man. Let's go ahead and get y'all these holiday season locks. Because if you guys not know, this is the time when I do get the cooking. All right. So let's start with Thursday night football, which by the way, Thursday night football, if you have not realized the last maybe month or so, we've been winning something on Thursday night football every Thursday for as long as I can remember for right now. So maybe since the week when the Steelers played the Bengals at Cincinnati, I could probably say that's been the consistent train. So we got the LA Rams going to Seattle, take on the Seahawks. Seahawks minus 1.5 favorites over under is at 42 and a half. I'm going to go with the Rams to win and cover. And before I even decided to pick the Rams, I was actually looking at the total. So I mentioned 42 and a half. I had took the opening number at 44 and a half. It dropped down because there's reports of 90% chances of rain and wind. Typical Seattle, right? Y'all know Seattle rains all the time if y'all in that West Coast area. I still like this game going under. I actually love the 42 and a half also, so I might double down on that. I see points both sides. When I'm looking at the Seahawks team, I believe last week was more of a flop because they knew this game was coming up. I know old man Rivers kind of had his way to a little bit degree, but you can score on this Rams secondary. So that is why I'm leaning towards the over. And we know the Rams are going to score some points. Yeah, I know Devontae Adams is probably not playing this game, but we know this team is going to find ways to score. We know they can run the ball with both running backs, by the way, not just Kyron Williams. This is Blake Corum. We got to give him some respect. Puka Nacua, Tyler Higbee. Listen, like, they're going to be able to move the ball down the field on the Seahawks team. And we know the Seahawks, they got the offense that's capable of moving the ball down the field on the Rams secondary. Pretty much the clinic of how to score against the Rams. The Lions proved it last week. And hell, I think Stafford's going to have another great MVP performance in this game. It's a big game. Whoever wins this one more likely wins the division. I'm gonna go with the Rams with the minus. Well, I got minus 1.5 before the line changed to them being an underdog. So I got minus 1.5 if you see it for plus 100, and then there's other books where they're underdogs outright. Still good value either, or if pretty much if you make an alternative spread minus 1.5, it should be plus money still. So I definitely like the over, like I did mention. Next game, Saturday night. We got two Saturday night games. We got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the DMV to take on the Washington Commanders. Commanders 6.5 point favorites. Well, correction, underdogs. Underdogs, 6.5 point underdogs. So before I even talk about that, I can remember my one time ever being around Landover, Maryland, and it was at this Chinese spot, bro. And that shit was kind of like somewhat in the hood, it looked like. And you can look right up and you see FedEx Stadium. Yeah, that's when I realized Landover's kind of in the hood. But all good. Shout out to them though. I'm gonna go with the Eagles to win and cover. I mean, there's not too much lounging in this, bro. We know Mario's gonna be playing. Everyone thinks the Eagles found their juice because they lost, they beat the Raiders, but hell, I even told y'all the Raiders suck. So I mean, they win this game, they win the division. This would be a great teaser option too, as well. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers at Soldier Field, take on the Chicago Bears. Bears 1.5 point underdogs. I'm going to go with the Packers to win and cover because something tells me something, right? How is this team still a favorite after just losing Micah Parsons, which I hate? I hate that that happened, bro. I hate that that really did happen because that kind of did mess up our flow. But that tells you all you need to know, kind of, sort of, right? That you know who's the better overall team. This is a big game for the Packers. They know this, man, and it's all on Jordan Love. Jordan Love does the game he had against the Bears last time. I know there's no Christian Watson probably. If he at least performs somewhat close to that, I don't see how they don't win this game. And if they win this game against the Bears, that's the division because they swept the two main teams. That's in the conversation to even be in division. So I'm gonna go with the Packers to win and cover. A little bit of biasy, but I'm not betting this game. Next game, we got the Minnesota Vikings at the New York Giants. Giants 2.5 point underdogs. I'm leaning towards the Vikings to win and cover, but this total at 43.5 is something that's very interesting. There has been a trend that the last 5 times these two teams have played, the under has hit. I don't see the under hitting in this game. I see it going over because this Vikings team can capitalize on teams who cannot who can't handle, who don't have a secondary. This Giants secondary is awful. This Vikings secondary is mid. So over 43.5, you can give me that. I would still take the Vikings to win and cover. If you don't like taking that, I would consider maybe a Vikings team total over if you don't want to take the full game with the Giants. Jackson Dart's going to score some points. JJ McCarthy's going to score some points. I see it getting loose, 43.5. I could see it being honestly a 27-20 game. There you go. Next game, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks traveling to Charlotte to take on the Carolina Panthers. Panthers are 3 point underdogs. This is when I'm going to take the Panthers to win and cover against the Buccaneers because this game is at home. This Panthers team sucks on the road, and it's crazy. Even though I was kind of vouching for the Panthers, I took the Saints last minute, bro. I couldn't take the Panthers, bro. They're not a good road team, but this game at home, I think they're going to win. It being a little nippier outside too is going to be their advantage compared to Tampa Bay having to leave sunny South Florida and now having to travel to a little bit of a cold in North Carolina. Not that cold, but I mean, there's a big difference between 50 some degrees to 80 some degrees. It's a big difference. I see these boys getting ready for this game. Carolina, listen, if they win this game, it's gonna be tough because they got to play Seattle the following week. But if they can win this game, they know the last game of the year is going to be crucial, okay? And if they do go to the playoffs, the Panthers, I might be in Charlotte for that game, but they have to win that one. But Panthers will win and cover, slight underdog upset. Next game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Tennessee Titans. I don't know why I kind of started with that one, but Titans 3 point underdogs. Titans to win and cover, bro. I mean, we already know what's up with the Chiefs, bro. They're done. We know this, man. We no Patrick Mahomes, Gardner Minshew. I mean, Titans to win the cover. I'm not going more into this game, honestly. Next game, we got the LA Chargers traveling to Jerry World to take on the Cowboys. Cowgirls -2. Some books 2.5 point favorites. I'm going with the Chargers to win and cover, bro. I believe what they just did with the Kansas City Chiefs, they about to do the same thing with the Cowboys. They about to end their playoff chances. I know if Philly wins Saturday, they're not even in contention for the NFC East Championship no more. That's 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 cool. But they're gonna end this one, bro. This Cowboys team, this defense is just so bad. Like you know they got all the offensive talent in the world, but this defense is just so bad. I'm gonna go over even with a Chargers team that's kind of, bro, we know they didn't play their best game against Kansas City, but like this game here, I do have a feeling that they'll win this game. How they're gonna win this game, honestly, I have zero idea. But this is like a hardball special, and it's an AT&T, bro. So I really don't know, bro. Give me the Chargers to win and cover and underdog upset. Next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins 4.5 point underdogs. If you're not aware, by the way, Tua is benched. We're getting Quentin Ewers, Texas Longhorn. Quentin Ewers is going to be the starter. But that don't really matter to me, bro. Bengals to win and cover. But that's not really what I'm gonna be targeting. Let's take both sides out of the equation. Let's focus on a team total over 26.5 for the Cincinnati Bengals. This team got shut out last week, and Burrow was pissed. And if they get T. Higgins out there, bro, I don't see how this over doesn't hit. This Dolphins team, and honestly, listen, the Monday Night Meltdown was not the Miami Dolphins defensive problem. It was Tua. Because honestly, they gave Pittsburgh a run for their money, the defense. They did. They didn't score until what, 20 seconds left of the first half. So you got to give Dolphins defense some props, but Quentin Ewers, I just don't know what to expect with him being the quarterback. And I know this secondary, well, I know this defense for the Broncos isn't good. So you could lean full game total over, but this is a good bounce back spot for the Bengals. I know they have nothing to lose, but they do want to win. And Burrow has said it. The whole team has said it, even though they're out of the playoffs and all that. So team total over 26.5 is a great lean, I believe. I believe simply, bro. Look, they can get 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals. There you go. See what I'm saying? Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Cleveland Browns. Browns 10.5 point underdogs. Browns to cover, Bills to win. I think what I like more is Quinshon Judkins over 58.5 rushing yards and over 16.5 rushing attempts. I actually like that more in the whole entire game, to be quite honest with you, because Buffalo is going to let running backs run. We saw what Trevion Henderson was able to do. We saw what Drake May was able to do. I see Quinshon Jenkins getting that rock and just toting it. 58.5 yards. He gets about almost 60 something yards a game anyway. So 58.5 against this Buffalo defense. Now, if we're talking pass game, might be a little more harder for Shador, but I do think this defense for the Browns does step up a little bit. And I know everyone's going to rave about the Bills. Yes, I was on the Bills side last week, but I mean, we know how sloppy this team likes to play in the first half. So if the Browns can catch the Bills slipping in the first half, there's a possibility they cover the rest of the game just off that first half alone. But yeah, give me Quinshon Judkins on over his rushing props, the attempts and the rushing yards. I see them giving him the rock. And then they can hit you with the play action fake, Judy down the field. See what I'm saying? Next game, we got the Jacksonville Duval Jaguars at the Denver Broncos. Broncos -3 point favorites. Broncos to win and cover. But I'm leaning towards the over 46.5. I see points both sides, bro. If Denver drops 30 some points that they did last week, long as Jacksonville drops somewhere around 17 to 20, there you go. I do think Trevor Lawrence is going to get rocked a little bit. I actually am leaning more towards that Broncos side the more that I keep talking about it because the offense is like, but their defense is good. And I mean, the Jags defense on the road is just not that good. Now at home, they are a problem, but on the road, especially in altitude when you're literally something 100 feet below sea level, around sea level to go into 5,000 feet above sea level. For that range, that's going to be a big difference. I'm going with the Broncos to win and cover, but like I said, I did like the 46.5 total going over. Next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals 2.5 point underdogs. I don't like no side. I'm gonna say another total. This is when I do think points go over. It gets loose. 47.5. Cardinals defense, battle with injuries, can't stop nobody. Falcons, they have some ability to move the ball down the field. Jacoby Brissett, this offense can move down the field a little bit. It's always a shootout in the Wild Wild West. 47.5, bro. This both teams should be somewhere in the mid-20s going towards the end of the fourth quarter. Next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Detroit Lions. Lions 6.5 point favorites. And by the way, this is the last time Aaron Rodgers is going to be at Ford Field. Should I go? We'll think about that. Lions to win the cover though. Lions to win the cover. This Steelers team, like I said, if Miami showed up on offense, bro, that team would have easily beat the Steelers, bro. I mean, they listen, bro. Aaron Rodgers is gonna dink and dink towards the red zone. That's what their offense is at this point. I mean, they got Calvin Austin and DK Metcalf, but I mean, come on, man. Like, no TJ Watt. So who's really gonna scare Jared Goff? We know Jared Goff can't run worth anything if his life depend on it on the field, but like, and ain't nobody really gonna be chasing him around. So this secondary is also mid. We know this. They had to move Jalen Ramsey to safety. I'm just going with the Lions to win and cover 6.5. And this is off after a loss. Every time I see these -6, -5 point spreads with this team, they find a way to blow this team out and run the score up. So I see the Lions win and cover in this game. Yeah, all of that. Next game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Houston Texans. Texans 14.5 point favorites. Texas to win and cover, bro. I'm gonna make this short. Raiders suck. I told y'all last week, take the team total under the Raiders. They had a donut. So team total this week is 11 and a half. Honestly, I think they only score maybe 10 points. But knowing Houston, if they blow them out, they might let teams score a little bit because that's what Arizona did. So be cautious on that. All right. Next game, we got the Sunday night football game. Then we got the Monday night football game. Then we're done. We got the New England Patriots traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Ravens 2.5 point favorites. Give me the Ravens to win and cover. This is desperation for them, bro, because they got to win games like this. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens to win and cover. The Patriots, I mean, if they're a 1 or 2 seed, bro, that's what that's okay. That's acceptable. But this defense is a little overrated. And I do think that what we've seen from the Ravens this past week is a sign to come with this team. If they can do good, them being at home in this atmosphere, it being a primetime game, I'm not fading against Lamar and the boys at home. And lastly, we got Monday Night Football. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts plus 6.5 point underdogs. Over under is 46.5. I'm gonna go Niners to win and cover. But I do like the over for it. Realize I'm an over person, bro. But I can see when it makes sense to go over. My overs so far this year has not been bad, by the way. But 46.5, I like it going over. 49ers team is going to score on this Colts team. Let's be clear. They are going to score on this team. But yet again, this 49ers defense with injuries and everything is so discombobulated. You're going to be at least score about 20 points on this team. At least 17, 20. If it's about a 20 so this is what I'll say, 46.5. If it gets to like a 30-24 game or a 30-20 game, I know it's Phillip Rivers we're talking about too. I understand that, bro, but I didn't think he looked to be Phillip Rivers at 45, I didn't think he looked that bad. I might be wild for saying that, but I didn't think he looked that bad. And this 49ers defense is not better than the Seahawks defense. They got better coaching wise, maybe, but nah, bro. I'm leaning towards the over. I definitely would like a teaser with the 49ers. And speaking of teasers, so we can conclude the video, this is what I would do. If you feel like doing a Thursday night football game, you can include or disinclude it. I would add Rams, make that 7.5. Eagles, make it point 0.5. What else? What else? I would tease the Panthers up to 9.5. And let's see another one. Lions, I would tease that, make it a point 0.5. They just got to win the game. And I would go 49ers, another point 0.5 where they can just win the game. I think that's very simple. So we're going to go Eagles, Rams, Lions, 49ers. That's the teaser parlay for the week. All right. You guys hit the like button, subscribe. I do offer Patreon. You know what I'm saying? I do offer paid picks. But I also give you great advice on here too. I know people be like, oh, it's paid picks, but we've been reeling, okay? If college football, NFL, you name it, it's been on there. Link in the description. If not, hit me up on IG. Okay. Paysandplays underscore podcast. Some people have come to me and just offer me some cheese for some picks swap. We can work it out however you want to do it. It's holidays. I'm not taxing y'all like crazy. Some people on here throw $100 and $200 on picks, and they all minus 500 favorites. I'm not gonna do that for y'all guys, bro. Literally, even Patreon's like $9, bro. So $10 if you hit me up, we can make something happen. But as always, guys, let's get this money out here, man. Enjoy the holidays, man, and let's be safe out here. You feel me?